First of all, very grateful for Pine Bluff to come over here. Very grateful for Doc Gamble. He's a fine man, and his kids play extremely hard with a lot of discipline. And we're excited to play a team from the state of Arkansas. You know, you could feel the electricity in the air from the fans of Little Rock, and we're very, very thankful and grateful that so many showed up for this game, and just a lot of thanks from our team to Central Arkansas War Memorial and Razorback family. With that, I'll answer whatever you need.
Right down. Okay. You know, Treylon Burks' first half, you got a rush touchdown. I mean, just what you think of? He might have been the best guy out there.
He was. If you watched, did you watch it? He was the best guy out there. You know, there was coming into the game, we knew, especially in the red area, that they were going to run total, that they were going to basically bring more than we could pick up. Ran a slant to Burks once on that. Obviously beat him deep another time, and we handed it to him. But I'm going to give Coach Browse and Kennedy and those guys on the offensive staff, they were ready for total. And obviously the kids got to go execute it, but you can lose a game if you can't handle total all-out blitz. I mean, you can lose. And the offensive staff was ready for that. And then, of course, Burks. And, you know, it's hard to cover him one-on-one and keep him from catching the football. And he certainly did. So I thought there was a lull in the action there after we scored our first two touchdowns. I think they held us once or twice, maybe three times in a row. I can't remember exactly. And then we hit a spurt in there. And then when Perotti returned, man, that was awesome. I mean, that's priceless to see his face when he scored. But I went everywhere on that answer. And you ask about Burks, I hit everybody on the team. Well, you know, the thing is that you got to look at the game too. You know, in the second half, obviously we want to get him more carries. I've said that before. Obviously, he deserves more carries. When we went in at halftime, I was a little surprised that he only had 4 carries, because that had been a topic of discussion this morning. But in the second half, I didn't want to put him out there much. I think he's carried it twice in the second half, and I told him, I said, get him out. He has turned into, in my opinion, if not our 1 back, at least our 2 back. He's certainly, when we hand the football to him, he makes yards. And we've got to get him the ball more. I don't know, today he could have carried it 2 or 3 more times. I don't know that he would have gotten 12 to 15, you know, just with the way the game was, that he would have got more than maybe 10 carries max. I believe he ended up with 6 or 7. I'm not positive.
On first 2 touchdowns, the plays before, had a chance of one, and the other one kind of dropped. How big was that? You know, you have kind of disappointing plays in Burks and drive back, especially.
Well, you know, I think both fades were to Warren before, you know, like you said, and then come back and Burks and KJ and O-line, you know, bailed us out there. I think it's really big. Certainly we liked our matchup out there with 84. We just couldn't come down with the ball. And the defender over there, he had his hand involved in both of them. So he did a nice job of covering as well. But I think it was really big, you know, to get those 2 touchdowns right there.
And Burks on 2,000 yards first quarter.
Well, it's awesome. It's a great accomplishment. I mean, he's a great player, and he's not done yet. You know, he's still got the rest of this year, and then the bottom line is he'll decide after we look at where the NFL tells us that he's going to be drafted, and then he'll sit down. I'll sit down with him and his family, and we'll all figure it out. But he still has at least 4 or 5, hopefully 5 games left for us before that decision ever has to make. And I've talked to him before. I said, if you want to, you know, leave and go to the NFL, no talking is going to help you. It's your play on the field. He understands that. He's a wonderful kid. I think we're getting better. You know, talking to Miles last week, he said he was as nervous as he could be in the first series against Auburn. And you could imagine you're going to be, you know, this place was sold out. You know, it's basically your first start. I think the more game time they get, the better they're going to be. I was so happy that that Chavis got his interception. I asked him about the knee. He said, oh, it was down. So I told him, said, hey, bring him down here. Because if you'll admit your knee was down, the replay is going to definitely show it was. But I was so happy that he got his pick. And those guys are going to get better and better for us. And, you know, what we have out there is our best 11, and then we'll roll some other guys and all that. And we believe in them. And there's no woe is somebody's out, somebody's this. We believe in those guys, and they'll continue to get better each week. Thanks for the question.
Coach, you mentioned Brody's touchdown, but y'all got a lot without a punter name. That's something you expected coming into the game?
Yeah. We figured, you know, there was the hang time versus the distance didn't really match up. So we felt like, you know, we could get the ball with at least 10 to 15 yards separation. And Brody just turned the wheels on that one, you know. But yeah, we thought we could. We also went into the game feeling like we could block some kicks, whether it be punts or extra points or field goals, and we didn't get that done, but we certainly attempted to do that.
Coach, now you're returning into SEC play and hopefully the postseason game as well. What can this game do to help you prepare for that stretch drive?
Well, I think honestly, we need to feel good again. And, you know, we went through a rough stretch. Again, it's not an excuse. We went through a rough stretch. That's the truth. And coming back here today to be up 45-0 at half, that was a big, big deal for us. I mean, it really was. I mean, it was for our coaching staff to sit in there at halftime and go, we did what we said we were going to do. We did what we needed to do. Now, we got to get healthy next week, and then we have to have a great game plan for Mississippi State. But we're excited about trying to make another run. I mean, we're excited about it. Our kids believe we can do that, and this game helped us towards that.
Sam, how big was it to come out today against an underdog like that? Just take the fight to them early, because a lot of times you'll see teams hang around for a quarter and a half, two quarters, and it's the game. You know, how big was your team to come out early?
I'm not for sure as a coach that you're more nervous playing today than you are playing A&M. Now, I know that sounds silly, but you know your team's going to be as ready as they possibly can because of the name of the opponent. So I was nervous. I mean, I was nervous about getting we tried to work them in pregame. We tried to, we kept talking all week. If we'll prepare, then something like this can happen. And they did. They really had a good week of practice. We weren't always crisp, but the effort was good this week in practice. But I think it was a big, big deal for us. I do. Because, you've seen a lot of teams just like today that went into half 17-10. We did it. We did it. We did it when we played Rice. We were behind. And we didn't do that today. And there's a really good feeling of a little bit of maturity on our football team.
Okay. Coach, throw last year out because of COVID, but you're one win away from being bowl eligible. What does it say about this team and the players and the staff that you've assembled to be that way?
Well, I don't know. I don't think we've got a kid on our team that was here that's ever played in a bowl game. Now, I think Grant and them may have went, I don't know if that's an accurate statement. I'm telling you that's what I think. So it would be a big deal for the University of Arkansas and our fans, I believe, for us to get another win or two or three or four, whatever that is, and go to a bowl game. But this got us one away from it. I think we'll be very, very hungry to do that. Some teams' bowl bowl games, or hey, I'm going to go this bowl or that bowl, and oh man, why did we go to this bowl? Our team, we want to go to postseason play. We want to earn it, and so I think we're one away, and I think we'll be ready to play.
How much stock you put in being out in the second half and kind of shutout kind of there?
Well, you put thought in because you have players that our goal at halftime was to play all 2s and 3s and win the second half, and we didn't do it. We couldn't move the football with our 2s, and that was our 2s. You know, we had St. John was out and a few guys out, but those are guys that are capable of playing winning football. And you know, we put two fumbles on the ground, and just wasn't very good showing, you know, for the offense. Now the defense, I think they did really well. I don't know how much you put in there, except here's what I will say. When the kid sees himself on tape, all this, well, I'm as good as somebody and I'm as good and I should be doing this. Well, okay, you got to have a football. Let's see what it looks like. And if it looks like what you've been saying, well, then we'll give you a few extra reps. If it looked like what we've been saying, then we got to get better. And our team understands that too, and they will. Who? Oh, he was just sick. You know, I thought that he could play, and we gave him an IV, tried to make, and at halftime, you know, he wasn't dressed out, and we almost dressed him out. I don't know if that's legal or not. I think it is. But I wanted him to play, and he got some IV, but he just couldn't.
What did you see on the punt return? Did you know that for touchdown for punt return for us? It's Joey Adams there. 24 tackle.
Oh, sure, I knew that.
And then also, it looks like they heard about anybody getting hurt. Nice wins. How good is that? And how does that carry that?
From what I understand, I think Zymos may have got hurt a little bit, and you know, Big Ridge has got a knee, so we took him out a little earlier than normal. Other than that, I think we came out feeling good about our football team, and that is huge. And that's why when we were up 45-0, I didn't want to play anybody of our starters anymore, because I want to make sure we were healthy going into this run.
What did you see on the punt return? That's 10 years. That's a long time.
Well, I mean, we did a nice job blocking. The guys turned around and got out in front of him, and Brody made a guy, I believe he made one miss, and then got down the sideline and outrun everybody. You know, it was really well executed. You know, the punter outkicked the coverage, and we had a lot of space in there. And once he kicked it to our sideline, the kids got in front of him, did a really good job of blocking for him. And they were, let me say this, the whole team was as excited as I've seen them in a long time when Brody scored. It was really neat.
Historic is the word that keeps getting used for this game. Just for you personally to be able to lead this team after 75 years is a long time not playing in state school. What did that mean to you personally?
Well, I think it's probably more to do with Hunter Yurachek than me. You know, he's the one that came to us and said that's, you want to do this. And so I think he probably needs the credit for that. And I think credit is the right word, to get back and play in state schools and keep the money in state and things of that nature. But I have a lot of respect for Coach Gamble and Pine Bluff. So we couldn't really have picked a better team to come in here and play.
We're back and better than ever. A new web interface to start the basketball season and more props, odds, and lines than ever before. BetOnline remains your #1 spot for all basketball and football action this season. Head to the new updated desktop or mobile website to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use our promo code BELIEVE50 to receive your bonus. That's BLEAV50 to receive your bonus. From basketball, football, and baseball postseason, NHL, boxing, and UFC, right to your favorite Vegas casino games. Don't wait to take advantage of all the amazing offers available for the 2021 season. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite sports. BetOnline, where the game starts.